Hey everyone, just here to do yet another comparison video, and today what I'm going to do is we're going to go fight the Titan. And as you can see, I do have minimal technologies just set really onto the critical rates, and I'm not a huge fan, as you can tell in a lot of my older videos here, that I don't really use the wing gun. It's been known even in the forums that the wing gun is probably the weaker of all of the weapons, so I don't put a lot of technologies in this. And what I want to do is see if the boss damage really gives us a ton of extra points. And so even though it says strong foe, when we go to fight the Titan, it is also knowing that the Titan is an actual boss. So let's do a little comparison here. And again, going back to the whole wing gun and the way I set this up, I don't use it. I will use the critical enhance on the missiles and the attack enhance on the super main gun. And I do like the straight shot. It does seem to give a little bit more power than the spread shot. So let's just do a little comparison here and see how well the technology is actually working against the Titan, and is it worth it. If you go into the actual forums, they will say don't worry about the technology as much as upgrading your ships. And if you go back to one of my videos about the ship comparisons, the ships do not give you any extra power whatsoever for the millions of stars that you're putting in, and of course your material. So very disappointing. So I started thinking, well, if the ships don't really do anything, what would happen if I do an actual real comparison video here of seeing how well this technology is? So I guess we'll find out here, guys. And we will try to do this the exact same way, but we will pump up the actual boss technology and we'll compare the scores. And again, this can be a little controversial just due to how many misses did you get, how many, and I get it, but it'll give us just kind of an idea. You know, if there's a huge increase, then we know it's working. If there's not that big of an increase, then we have to start scratching our heads even more. Is it worth it to use your technologies on the boss ground? Me personally, I don't really use too much defense when I'm doing the Titan challenge. Of course, we want as many points as possible, so I do pump up as much as I can into the offensive. Planet Wars, I will do a little bit more defensive and offensive. And again, depending on what you're doing and who you're playing, or the player you're playing against, the ship they're in, this can all be different. So I don't think there's an all one setting in the technologies, especially that I have found to do a universal play with the game. And if anybody has a secret or has a better way of doing this or has tested it their own ways, please leave a comment and let us know. Let's see here. I am using Freya as the pilot and Alice as the commander right now, just to and if you guys notice, I always do these little circles when I'm doing this. It tends to me to give you a few more misses. I see other players in some of their videos and they're flying all over the place and they're getting really close to the Titan, and I found getting close to the Titan, sometimes you're not getting as many points as you think. You think the closer you are, the faster it's hitting it, and I have found that that might not be so true. So this is why you're seeing me kind of just in the middle. Top left is kind of where I get, like I said, a little bit more misses if I do little circles. Depending on the technologies, average score can be between 270. I think the highest I've gotten so far right now is 325. Let's see, I got a couple more misses. And I don't even have all the technology set up here, guys, either. So now I'm starting to scratch my head just a little bit on how well is the technology working, because I don't have all my technology set up. So 293, pretty average for me, what I'm getting. And like I said, I don't have my technologies completely set up either, and I'll show you what I mean. We're going to do what I said that we're going to do. We're going to keep everything pretty much the same. I'm going to go over to technologies, and now we are going to pump up the boss, increase damage against boss, and you can see 26.7%. So that should be a pretty huge increase, we would think, to the Titan. So again, let's do the comparison and see how well this is actually working here. Is it worth the technology, the stars, coins? And again, we'll do the same. No wing gun, attack enhance, critical enhance. And we'll try to do this pretty identically, as close as possible here. And if you have any other tips that are working for you, or you have a better way of doing this Titan, please leave a comment or make a video and send it to me. Or so again, we did pump up the boss technology with what I had already had, so it should be pretty easy to see if we have an increase. And technically, with a 26% increase, we should see, I would imagine, a gigantic leap into our score. I have not done this. A lot of these videos I do them in real time, just because, again, it can get a little expensive with diamonds, and I'm sure that's why a lot of people don't do their own tests. A lot of time is it does take a lot of diamonds to do this. And let's see what happens here. So like I said, I like to do these little circles. Sometimes I get more misses by doing this. And also, this Titan is a ground Titan, and so you could also do maybe a comparison video. Maybe I'll do that one next, just on the ground, and see if that has a huge impact. But I am getting, you know, quite a few misses here, so looks like it's a pretty even comparison here. Like I said, I'm trying to do this exactly the same way. That way there's no tricks to this. I just want to get a real comparison in real time to, is this working better? Is the technologies working? And again, you go into the forums and everybody says the technologies are not worth it, put it into the ships. But again, I already have that comparison video with extremely disappointing results, to where the ship upgrades at a certain point do not do any extra damage. So like I said, with a 26% increase, we should see a significant raise in my score. but I have been finding, unfortunately, a lot of this game does not work whatsoever in the way that it says that it does. There is no increases a lot of times. Another one for me is the Ultimate Bomb. I don't even put the money or the stars into the Ultimate Bomb anymore because it works exactly the same at 0 or at 1 as it does at 360. Yes, your overall score will actually go up, but what good is an overall score if you're not getting more point value or hit value? Okay, so we have that's not too bad actually. I can be happy with that result, that using the Boss technology does give you an increase against the Titan. So with that comparison, that's actually a positive. So I'm glad that I did this, and we know that the technology is actually doing something to the Titan, and maybe I'll do the comparison video on the actual ground, because this is a ground Titan. And just keep a lookout for the videos, guys. You know, leave a comment. Like I said, if you're doing something that you think is better or have a tip, please let us know. Really appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.